everybody, my name's Antoine Martel. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're in Los Angeles. We're going to Detroit, Michigan. We have 3 houses under construction there. We're gonna go walk the projects, meet the team, meet the contractors, and show you guys some of the numbers for the projects that we're working on.
2 minutes in Detroit, dude. Already seeing people get arrested, bro.
All right, it's 8 a.m. in Detroit. Let's go get some breakfast and talk about what we'll be doing in this video. All right, so in this video, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna eat breakfast, go to property management company's office, meet the team that I've never met before. We've been doing everything over phone and email. Then we're gonna go walk the 3 houses we have under construction and show you guys the numbers. And the coolest part about it is that we've been doing everything over phone and email, and now we're finally meeting in person. So it's kind of showing you guys that you can do it too. You don't need to be physically located in these markets to do this. You can do a lot of this work over phone and email. Then now me and Thierry are coming here to shake hands with these people that we've been doing business with for the last 3, 4, 5 months. All right, so over and over again, I stress the importance of having a good property management company when you're investing out of state, because the property management company is gonna either make or break your investment. So here in Detroit, this property management company that we're going to meet, normally in other markets in the past, I've come to the market and like shook hands with 10 or 12 property management companies. In this instance, I actually cold called every single property management company in Detroit, reached out to my network. I talked to a ton of people who were investing in Detroit. Even one of my uncles, actually from Canada, was driving to Detroit and investing here and had some property management connections. So I called all those people, and I just didn't have any good relationship until probably the last property management company that I talked to. And the guy knew his stuff. He had been doing it for a couple of years. He was young, hungry, and wanted to scale his property management company operation. So we started buying houses through him, did the first project, it went well, bought a second house, went well, bought a third house, went well, and now we're here to shake hands to really solidify that relationship. And I brought Thierry, who does all the acquisitions at Martel Turnkey, because me and him have kind of been working with this property management company so far. Later on down the line, once we start to sell more and more of these houses, then I'm gonna bring the whole Martel Turnkey sales team here, tour them around, show them the projects, and then they'll get to meet the team as well. So again, there's no excuse if you're investing out of state to find that property management company or you need boots on the ground. I literally did it just with phone calls and emails, and you can do it too. No matter where you are in the country, New York, LA, Miami, San Francisco, you can build these teams out of state through a phone and an email. You can do it. All right, we just entered one of the first neighborhoods that we started looking at investing here in Detroit. And again, I've never been to this market before, so this is my first time seeing it. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of Canada. I was born in Toronto, so it's a little bit more like rural, and the houses are medium sized, but the lots are humongous. And that's kind of what you're seeing here. And also houses sit really far off the street compared to like Memphis and Cleveland, the other neighborhoods that we invest in, where the houses are pretty close to the street. These houses are set back a lot more. Hey.
How's it going?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
Antoine.
finally. Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Nice to meet you,
too.
Antoine.
But if
Cool,
you
man.
want,
Really nice.
come on in and have a seat, or I'll introduce you to people real quick.
Sure. The thing is too, our project with you guys are like monsters.
Yeah, at first you're like, I just want cosmetics, and
I
now we're turning.
Isn't that weird?
This is the
That's how
whole
we-
Detroit
yeah.
project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one, like, there's nobody else that's
Interview is higher.
have a really good property management company. That was like the key to getting the rent we wanted. All right, we're on the west side of Detroit right now. Let's go walk one of the projects we just bought about a month ago. This house we bought for $45,000, renovating it for $30,000, and we'll sell it for like $90,000 to $100,000. This is gonna have all new floors on it. As you can see, the floors are really messed up. All new kitchen. As you can see, they just demoed the kitchen, so that's gonna be all brand new. Luckily in this house, the major systems were in really good shape, so we don't have to spend much money there. It's really just a cosmetic rehab. It's gonna take probably 4 to 6 weeks for the renovation. Then we're gonna sell it to one of our clients on martelturnkey.com. The house is right here, 15900. The houses are so dope on this street. All right, we're at house number 2 now. All right, we're at the second house of the day. This is in Grandmont neighborhood. Let's go check it out. This is a house we just got under contract for 50,000 bucks. The renovation for this house is gonna be right around $30,000. And as you can see, this house used to be lived in. We think it was owned by a grandma, as you can see from the flooring and all the old furniture that's in here. But we have it under contract for 50 grand. Renovation's $30,000, and it's worth $90,000 to $100,000 when it's all said and done. Some of the things that we're gonna be doing to this property is we're gonna be removing all the wallpaper, put in new flooring, renovate the kitchen. There's also an upstairs attic area that we'll be renovating and turning into a nice like ensuite. Then as you get over here, there's a bathroom here, bedroom number 1, bedroom number 2, and then the third bedroom is gonna be upstairs. So this is gonna be a really quick project because it's mostly cosmetic work and the renovation's only 30,000 bucks. So it's mostly gonna be interior cosmetic work and then renovating the kitchen and both of the bathrooms.
Normally I demo everything, but if you want to
So
go the other way.
this is fine here, but then I like to kind of get rid of this tile and
Okay.
the wallpaper and then make this, paint all of this white, leave the tile for just the bathroom area. And then if the tub's in good shape, if we can reglaze it, then reglaze it. Or if we have to replace it, then replace it. New vanity and new toilet.
Because I mean, we're at max already right now with 30K rehab, so yeah. I think it's doable though for sure.
For 30K.
Hey everyone, I'm Thierry Baldassi. As Antoine mentioned before, I'm the acquisitions manager for Martel Turnkey. Just looking at properties every day on the MLS, I'm looking at it online. So it's actually really cool to be here on the ground, driving around neighborhoods, actually seeing the properties live. So it actually makes a difference. It's really cool to see your work turn into something. So for this one, for example, we actually placed an offer a little below asking. I found it on the MLS. We placed an offer on it. They actually already had an offer at asking, but that fell through. So we're next in line and we got it. We're gonna put 30K into rehab on this one. We can't wait to see it renovated.
Yeah, this is a big job. All right, we're at the third house of the day, single family house. We bought it for 45,000 bucks a month ago and renovations are underway. This renovation is probably the furthest along of all the projects we have in Detroit. As you can see, they already took up the floor. There's hardwood floor underneath, which we're gonna keep. The kitchen, they're putting countertops on it. The cabinets are already in and they're painting the entire property right now before they start doing a lot of the big work. This house, we bought it for 45 grand, gonna renovate it for 45,000 bucks. So it is a big project. This project's gonna take probably 6 weeks instead of the other projects, which are normally like 30 days. But again, this house is really a cosmetic job, which is nice. No big ticket items except for the sewer line and the driveway. So sewer line cost us around 10,000 bucks. Driveway was another $10,000. So that's 20 grand of that $45,000 budget. This house, when it's all said and done, is gonna sell for probably $110,000 to $120,000. So sometimes when you buy houses this cheap for 45,000 bucks, you'll end up spending the same amount in renovation, and that is normal. So if you are out there analyzing deals, don't be scared that you're buying a house for 40 grand and the renovation is $50,000 or $60,000. It does happen, especially when you get into larger projects like duplexes and large single family houses that need a new sewer line, a new garage, and a new driveway. So in the end, this project is gonna be probably 12 weeks long, 6 weeks on the renovation, and then 6 weeks to sell it, get a tenant in place. So 12-week project, and we'll net $20,000 to $30,000 in profit. Man, I love this area too. Dude, I got bit by a dog 2 years ago. I'm scarred ever since. Oh, sweet. Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't look at it. Oh. Holy fuck. What did it look like before?
This is it.
So this is how we bought it? Yeah, they like did 90% of it. It's like fixing their last 10% of crappy work. House is in pretty good shape. All right, so this is the duplex that we bought about a month ago. This one, when we bought it, it was actually in pretty good shape. We're just doing a lot of touch up, plumbing work, different things like that, as you'll see on the inside. So we bought it for 75 grand, renovations around $30,000. Let's go see. So this is the main entryway. Up unit is here, down unit is here, which we'll check out. All right, so this is how the property looked when we bought it. There was carpet, this flooring was in place, but the work was done like 90% well. So we're coming in really doing the last 10% in terms of like touching up and different things like that, doing some plumbing work. There was like a plumbing stack issue, so we're fixing that, as you'll see in the bathroom here. So if you see in the bathroom, there's some work being done to the main plumbing stack. The kitchen, when we bought it, was actually in pretty good shape. So this is what the kitchen looks like. Countertop's nice, the floor is nice, the tile floor that they did. But again, doing a lot of touch-up work. Like you'll see on this wall right here, they just kind of put something on top and nailed it in. So we're gonna get that down, put real drywall up instead of doing this slapstick job that they did originally on the house. So both units look pretty much identical to this. Both units will rent out for $700 to $750 a month, and then we're gonna sell this property for like $130,000 to $140,000. Since this job is like the main plumbing stack and then doing additional work and like kind of cleaning up, the rehab should only be a couple of weeks long, so it's gonna be a pretty quick in and out project. Then we'll put both of the units on the market for rent. So this property is gonna sell for like $130,000 to $140,000. So again, we bought it for $75,000, renovation is $30,000. Let's say $120,000 all in. We're selling it for $130,000 to $140,000. So $10,000 to $20,000 profit, but a very quick project because a lot of the work, the big heavy lifting work was done already when we bought this property. So as you can tell from the projects that we've been walking, all these kinds of projects have very different profit margins. So something that I can get into with a quick renovation, I'm willing to take a lower return because of the speed. Whereas the other project, a single family house that I'm renovating for $50,000, I want a little bit more room. I want a little bit more profit because it's a little bit riskier and a little bit longer of a project. Something I can come in, spend 20, 30 grand on in a couple of weeks and resell it and make 10 grand, I'm okay with that. Something that's gonna take 6 or 9 months because it's a $50,000 or $100,000 job, I wanna make $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 just in case my rehab budget comes in higher than I thought, just because we don't know what's gonna happen with the market in 6 to 9 months. So you have to budget all of those things into your budget when you originally put a house under contract. So as you can tell from this house, compared to the last house, there's many different project types that we do. Heavy rehabs and light rehabs. Both of them are good projects, and you have to kind of decide what your niche is. Do you want to do short, quick, little projects, cosmetic jobs? Do you want to get into some of the heavy lifting? That's on you to decide. But if I were you just starting out, I would definitely get into some more cosmetic projects like this, which is like a 20 grand renovation, 30 grand renovation in a couple of weeks. Get started with that to test out your team and then move up to the bigger projects. For us, because we have experience and we have experience with this team, we're able to do all the projects under the sun. But when you're first starting, I wouldn't recommend doing that. Do some lighter jobs, test your team out, and then scale from there. All right, this is house number 5 of the day. We thought we were only walking 3 houses, but I guess we're walking 5 houses today. This one needs a lot of work. As you can see, it's boarded up, and we need a flashlight to go in, so let's go check it out. We don't have this under contract or anything, but we may buy this house, depending on how this walkthrough goes, and depending on how much work the house needs. Oh, it's not that bad. This is what the hipsters like. They like the exposed.
Oh yeah, that's right.
See? That's how the coffee shop I go to has that.
Yeah, you painted the look like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. It looks Italian.
Like a fresco. 31.
31, that's it?
Yeah, no, I thought it would be more too.
Dude, let's do it.
I mean, it looks nice. I mean, yeah.
And also the Google Street View is like from 2019. Whenever somebody says, oh, Google Street View shows all these boarded houses, I'm like, what year? Like,
Yeah.
3-4 years ago it was a different city, so. Oh, is this one you guys manage right now? See, that's perfect because he wants it to be cleaned up so he can renovate it, so that he can rent it out, and make the rental income. Right now, this is just losing money. All right, we're in front of a house we have under contract right now, $50,000 under contract. The renovation's $40,000. We just walked through the house with a contractor, and we think it might be a little bit more than $40,000 to renovate it, so come check it out. All right, so as soon as you come in, you have the basement down there. And then you have the kitchen here, and you can see this hump right here, right in the middle of the kitchen floor. The ceiling is completely gone. This floor is completely wet, and then in the basement, there's a ton of water. So there's a couple of things going on. It could be the sewer, it could be a roof leak. We may need to dry lock the entire basement. We may need to put in a new roof. We may need to rip out the entire floor out of the whole base level of the property. The second floor, the second story of this house is actually in pretty good shape. It's actually just these couple of main issues with water coming into the property. And that can cost, $15,000 for waterproofing or dry locking the basement, $5,000 for a new roof. The house needs a new furnace, which is another $5,000. Then it needs a hot water tank, which isn't in here either, which is another $1,000. So all in all, with just that, without even getting into any of the cosmetic stuff, you're right around $30,000, $35,000, which is why we may need to back out of this house. But this is a big project. We're gonna go back after this and go run some numbers and see if we can actually make an offer on this house, because it will be worth $120,000, $130,000 when it's all done. So we need to figure out if we can make it work and put in some contingency numbers into our rehab budget so that we feel comfortable getting into a project with so many unknowns. So for you guys out there looking at projects for yourself, when you're walking a house with unknowns, budget worst case scenario, especially if you're in your first, second, third project. Put in numbers into your budget and buy the house with a budget that accounts for those variables and budgets the worst case scenario, so that you know when you do close, if the worst case scenario happens, you'll be still fine and in good shape, and your contractor will be happy because you had budget for it, and it's not gonna be a change order that they need to come and approve by you. Well, we definitely need a furnace, but the thing is, if we need a furnace and a roof,
I think we had tried to talk to them on price, and they said no, and then we ended up just taking it. I can't remember.
but we can just walk away if it's too many unknowns. I'd rather know.
Or we just drop it $8,000 and say that's our number now.
Yeah.
All right, so it's been a whole day of walking properties. 10 a.m. It's now 5 o'clock, and I have to go to the notary. We just pulled over. We're downtown Detroit, going to a notary. I'm actually selling a house in St. Louis, so I have to do the notary in Detroit at the UPS, drop it off, so that these documents go to St. Louis. We can sell that house tomorrow. So the glamorous life of a real estate investor. All right, just finished the notary at UPS, dropped off the documents. That house is good to sell tomorrow. Now we're back at the hotel. It's 6 p.m. now. I don't know why it's so bright outside. In California, the sun will be setting in an hour. Here, the sun sets at 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I hope you guys enjoyed today. We were supposed to only walk 3 houses, I think, and we ended up walking 6 houses, showing you guys the houses we have under construction and under contract, and houses that we're looking to buy. So thank you so much for staying till the end of the video. I really appreciate it. Smash the thumbs button, subscribe, hit me up on Instagram at Martel Antoine.